This peaceful hill has been preparing for war for over 2 millennia. Same ground, different enemies, the same instinct. So why did people keep returning to hills like this to prepare for war? High ground is power. From the top of Worlebury Hill, you can command the landscape. A natural fortress with a full 360-degree view. Today the summit is wooded, but 2,000 years ago this was open limestone grassland. No trees, no cover, just clear sightlines stretching for miles. To the north and west, the Bristol Channel. To the south and east, open moorland. From here you could see an approaching enemy long before they ever saw you. Long before maps, before England existed, before Rome arrived in Britain, the hill was already a fortress. The people who first built the hill fort are lost to time. They were likely Celtic tribes, perhaps Brythonic peoples of ancient Britain, or possibly groups connected to the Goidelic cultures of Ireland and the Western Isles. Whoever they were, they understood defence. The hill was encircled by powerful dry stone ramparts, massive walls, embankments and ditches that could rise nearly 20 feet high. For its time, this was a formidable stronghold, but strength attracts challengers. A powerful tribal confederation from northern Europe arrived and took control of the hill. The occupants had changed, but the reason for being here had not. But the tribes weren't the last to want this ground. When the Romans arrived in Britain, they immediately recognised the strategic value of places like Worlebury Hill. Rome did not conquer by accident. They understood what every tribe before them had already learnt. High ground controls movement. Any resistance here would have stood little chance against the disciplined legions of Rome. The hill that once defended tribes now fell under the shadow of an empire. Empires collapsed, tribes vanished. The ramparts softened, grass slowly covered the scars of war, but the hill remained. For more than 1,000 years, the hill stood silent. Eventually people returned, not with shields or spears, but with saplings. Trees were planted across the summit, transforming the once open fortress into dense woodland. The appearance of Worlebury Hill changed completely. But history wasn't finished with this place yet. In the 20th century, the world descended into its largest conflict yet, the First World War. And once again, Worlebury Hill was called upon to serve. Many of the trees covering the hill were cut down to support the war effort. Timber needed for trenches, infrastructure and industry. Worlebury woods had disappeared. But slowly over the following decades, the woodland returned, just in time for the world to go to war again. The Second World War brought a new threat from above. Aircraft, bombs, air superiority had changed warfare forever. Now the very thing that once obstructed visibility, the trees, became the hill's greatest protection. Their canopy offered concealment. And so, in 1944, the Allies used Worlebury Hill as a hidden command and communications location. Among those who stayed here was the Supreme Commander of Allied forces in Europe, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Before the largest seaborne invasion in history, D-Day, Eisenhower spent time concealed here on the hill. staying in a caravan alongside his troops. Once again, men stood on high ground, looking out toward Europe, preparing for invasion. So many years have passed, but the strategy has barely changed. Today the hill is quiet. No shields, no legions, no landing craft, just wind through the trees. But Worlebury Hill has watched humanity repeat itself for over 2,000 years. Different flags, different languages, the same instinct: defend, control, survive. The people change, but the ground remembers. And today, we walk among their legends.